Hello, folks. Welcome back to more TEW. I guess that's what we do. That's what we do here most of the time.
Well, sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we don't now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's SNME 12. It's Batista versus Shamrock. Is there anything we even really need to get into before this kicks off?
I think this is one of the least setup needed SNMEs ever because the setup was last episode.
Yeah, I guess you're right, isn't it? People saw, Dave and Ken get into it and watch Batista win the whole goddamn tournament.
Yep, and this is the result.
Yeah, this is where it's gonna happen. There you go. We are in.
Can Batista reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship?
Yeah, maybe. We are in Madison Square Garden,
the world's most famous arena.
I guess we just do it. It's so weird to not have like a ramble beforehand or something.
We could have. Do you want to talk about WrestleMania?
No. No, I do not.
All right, let's get into it then.
Let's do it. The world is watching. You know, that whole.
Also, actually, we can take this as an opportunity. Everyone watching should review these storylines that are on screen right now. And if any of them take your fancy, if you're like, oh, I wonder what that is, check out the TVs over on or twitch.tv/Matsudairo or type Matsudairo VODs into YouTube.
Real.
Oh, wait, no, we don't do the Patreon reads on the SNMEs, do we?
No,
do we?
No, we don't on the SNMEs.
All right,
no.
We're good. But thank you to all our patrons, though. Link is in the description.
Yeah, I did think about it as well. I was like, there's nothing to show here, right? I'm like, no, there literally isn't. Damn. We check in with our commentary team for the night. It's Michael Cole and his new, as of this week, SmackDown announce partner, Ric Flair, and Jerry Lawler.
Woo! Well, Michael, tonight, Ken Shamrock takes on Dave Batista for the World Heavyweight Championship, but none of it matters because neither of them are going to be as good as the man Ric Flair, and none of them have ever beaten me. Woo!
Ric Flair is working his way into the commentary role. Might take a bit. We'll see. Are we good to kick things off with a Clash of Titans, if you will, Puddy?
Oh yeah, the comms are going to talk about our first match, actually, and introduce it. So what is our first match, Tucker?
On Monday, for the first time in months, we had seen Umaga. He's back. Watch yours. And he has targeted the man who, in some ways, encroached on his territory a little bit. You know what I mean? Another big monster of a man. He went right after Mark Henry, the world's strongest. I almost said the world's strongest animal. What the hell is that?
Holy.
Right, it's a goated tag team, if I've ever heard one.
That's based, actually, yeah.
But yeah, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, against the Samoan bulldozer, Umaga. They're gonna fight.
If you read the dirt sheets, this match has a lot of IRL implications, but we won't get into that here. But needless to say, these two men have history.
So here we go. These two men get in there.
And they throw bombs.
They slap meat.
This is Romano's first match in like 10 months.
Yeah.
So I, give him we didn't stretch him too hard on this one, but yeah, they just throw strikes. They just run into each other a bunch of times until one man falls, and it just happens to be Mark Henry, and he picks him back up and he hits him with a Samoan spike. I like to think the big move in this match is They like run into each other a bunch of times, and Umaga realizes he has to do something a little bit different, so he hits him with a few chops and like forces him back to the ropes, and he gets him nice and close, and he hits him with an Irish rip. And as Henry's coming back from the ropes, he picks him up for a massive Samoan drop.
There you go, you got it.
Picks him up for a Samoan spike.
That's what I was hoping. I was like, big Samoan drop here. Guy Mark Henry's size is not used to getting his own weight dropped on himself. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So Umaga wins this absolute slugfest. We'll have to see what that means going forward.
Yeah.
We get a video package for our next match. It's Montel Vontavious Porter versus Idol Stevens. MVP had spent the past month or so trying to coach Idol to get him a better SmackDown contract. This involved, many things, such as beefing with a midget, trying to cover up beefing with a midget, only for the beefing with the midget to be discovered and approved by the general manager of SmackDown, Kevin Nash. Long story short, Idol Stevens ended up with a fairly lucrative contract, the biggest contract in SmackDown history, but it's on the line tonight. That contract is up in the corner on a pole, unsigned. MVP, who did indeed coach through Idol Stevens through this whole process, feels he is entitled to that money. Stevens.
First of all, he thought he just wanted a cut. But when Stevens was being a bitch about it, he said, you know what? I want the whole damn contract.
And here we go. Yeah.
Did you? Sorry, I did listen to most of it, but did you mention the other stipulation?
Oh, fuck. Match? No, I totally forgot about that again. Fuck.
You pop off now that you've remembered it.
The loser of this match has no contract. Fuck them. Send them home. Fired. They're done. They're out of here.
Nash heard the idea of putting the contract on the line. He thought it was a great idea, but to add a little bit of spice, the loser will be fired.
Hell yeah.
You mentioned it was on a poll, right?
Yes, I did.
Cool.
This is a poll match, ladies and gentlemen.
Who will retrieve the lucrative contract?
The crowd chants
will go home.
The crowd chants fire, Russo.
He's back.
He's back, baby.
We killed Vince. We wrote him off so we could get rid of him and replace him with the other Vince.
Hell yeah. You killed the man, but not the idea.
This could be.
I just realized what the context was saying that in that situation. Whoops.
This could be good.
Yeah. Let's see how it does.
Nice.
Yeah,
boys.
Hell
nice.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happened, but hey.
MVP.
Wait, how did we get the pinfall win?
That's a good question. How does that work?
I believe you might have selected the type of pole match where there's an item for usage, and there might have been like a retrieval pole match of some kind that you could have instead.
It doesn't matter.
Either way, it doesn't
matter. He pulls
matter,
down the contract and then kicks Idol Stevens in the face and pins him, and the ref's like, "You don't have to." All right, I'll sure.
And
okay.
then he signs the contract on his lifeless corpse.
There you go. MVP just became a bit richer.
Yep, he already had the most lucrative contract in SmackDown history, and now he's done it again.
Hell yeah.
This man keeps winning.
Local billionaire.
The doctors will hate him. His secret on how he keeps swindling a billionaire out of money.
And Idol Stevens.
Number 4 will shock you.
Idol Stevens is going home to TNA probably or something.
The last vestige of Team Dean has been excised from this roster.
They are gone.
MVP's going after Vanessa Vane next, baby.
Hell yeah. He'll kill them all.
Okay, so backstage, Charlie and Regal are going to meet up. And Charlie's going to say, but first of all, to catch people, well, actually, I'll do why don't you catch people up on what's been going on with William Regal lately? Because that'll make this angle will make a lot more sense once people know.
Yeah, I'm trying to think about what to divulge here. I
don't think anything's off limits, so go ham.
Well, DMLS at the moment is kind of fucked. They've not been winning a lot lately. And it kind of feels like the walls are coming apart a little bit on the whole thing. Charlie and Regal have had a couple different arguments in front of the children. And I mean, the children are doing their best, but I mean, they're not really there yet. DMLS is in a tough spot. Lately, they've kind of been re-embroiled with the stuff with the new breed. They've continued to fight them for most of this year. And that new breed team is still pretty much unbeaten, right? Like, I mean, I know that specific I know there's a specific grouping of them that is definitely undefeated, but even for the most part,
they're pretty good outside of that group, and they're currently the tag team champions in doubles action, so they're a very effective unit, that's for sure.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It seems like, to me at least, Charlie Haas and William Regal don't really know where to take this thing.
What's been happening to William Regal?
I was gonna say, also,
because that's kind of what I was going for.
William Regal many months ago had hired Randy Orton to try to kill Vince McMahon. He instead ended up killing Shane McMahon, who later on we found out that was maybe also a good thing, which was strange. If you haven't watched a certain episode of on the VODs, you'll maybe want to see that to figure that one out. But regardless, being number one enemy of the former Mr. McMahon, William Regal was attacked by R-Truth, who has been going around for months attempting to figure out what to do with his life now that his friend is gone. His friend and boss are both gone. They were the same guy. Yeah. Now we're here.
What has R-Truth decided to do?
I don't know.
Okay.
He attacked William Regal on Raw.
Yeah,
R-Truth. Oh, did I not get to that? My bad.
I don't think you did. You were just
you're right.
Been wandering around for a few months figuring out what to do.
You're right. R-Truth has started to attack Vince McMahon's enemies, the people who had helped to take him out in R-Truth's approximation, even though we figured out who had done that, and it wasn't any of these people. But, the children did their best to try to help, but, again, somebody as skilled as R-Truth, what chance do they have? He beat up Regal on Raw.
Matt Morgan was also beating him up.
That's true. Matt Morgan also was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll join in.
Okay, right. So these two have a conversation, and Charlotte's gonna be like, "Hey, obviously there's a lot going on tonight, but I just want to make sure with what happened to you on Monday that you don't need any help with your business, because I don't want to be here taking Ted and Cody, Shelton, and of course the new guy, and leaving you all alone if you're gonna be in danger, right? So I just want to make sure you're good tonight if if your business is sorted." And Drew's like, "Hey, I can take care of my own business, Sunshine. Tonight, you've got an opportunity to do something special, and I want to make sure that you're all focused for it. So don't you be worried about little old me, because I've been in this business a very long time, and if R-Truth thinks that he can scare me away with a few light taps on the chin, I think he's got another thing coming. I'll be all right. You got a big match tonight. You take Ted, you take Cody, you show them what a winner looks like, and you end the streak of those upstart young brats." Sure, it's like, "Yeah, you got it, old man."
Hell yeah. So what do we know about this match coming up so far?
So our co-main event tonight is a 6-man, no-holds-barred elimination tag team match between the undefeated Marcus Corvon, Dolph Ziggler, and Kenny Dykstra.
The undefeated trio of Marcus Corvon, Dolph Ziggler, and Kenny Dykstra, just to make that clear.
And they're going to be taking on a reformed Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin and a mystery third partner.
Which I think everybody thought would be Regal. So what is this about?
Yeah.
It's got to be one of these kids who's stepping up.
Could be. Well, actually, I think Charlie specifically said on Raw that it wouldn't be any of these kids.
We'll send Cody out, and then somebody will come out and take his spot. How about that? Does that sound good? Sound good to everybody? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Big dubs all around. Okay, moving on. I don't think we're right into a match, are we? I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We are. It is the United States Championship, as Doug Basham calls it, the American Heavyweight Championship. It is a tables match. Doug Basham, I don't remember. Did we go over this in Ultimate? We might have. Doug Basham pissed in the ocean, and that pissed off Shark, because that's where he and all his friends live, in the ocean.
Yep.
From there, Shark and Doug fought to a No contest?
Shark won by a count out.
Oh, Shark won via count out. Did Shark put him through the table to get the count out?
He did.
He did. Okay,
Yes.
that's what I remember.
He puts him through a table. He tries to get him back in the ring, and he fails to do so.
I remember now.
And then he goes around telling everybody he beat Doug Basham. And then Doug Basham's like, well, you didn't beat me. All you did was put me through a table. So I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to give you a shot at the U.S. title where the only thing you need to do is put me through a table.
So yeah, these two fight in a tables match. It's pretty heated, I feel like, for these two. They've got some stuff going on between them. Shark's a big man, but that just means the table explosion is much bigger when he goes through it. And still. Big Doug forever. Bashman out.
Big Doug forever.
Todd Grisham is at a local medical facility. He's here with Rey Mysterio. Rey, after the attack from your former friend Chavo Guerrero on SmackDown, how do you? I don't know, man. How do you feel? I guess I don't know.
Well, my knee's in pain. My left knee, and I'm really hurt, Todd, because not only did we not beat Deuce and Domino on Friday, but also I lost a good friend. I think I don't know. I'm just confused and I'm sad and I'm hurt. My knee.
You should try to get better, Ray.
Thanks, Todd.
Back to you guys at the arena. We get a recap of footage from Raw. Triple H just absolutely going in on Tommy Dreamer. Triple H has been our Intercontinental Champion since SummerSlam now. I think this is his first defense, isn't it?
It might be, yeah. It might be.
I believe it's his first defense. Tommy Dreamer stepped up. I honestly did not think we'd see him again after on the Last Stand show. He died. He was murdered by a bunch of goons. But the thing with Tommy Dreamer is that he somehow manages to not die, no matter what you do to him. And Triple H basically said, that's fine by me, I'll kill you.
I think Triple H also said, who?
Yeah, there was a lot of that, too. Yeah, Intercontinental title on the line. Could Tommy Dreamer shock the world? I mean, he's got that...
Could he roll back the years?
He's got that unkillable spirit in him. He's got the heart. He's got the passion.
And ECW was known for having workhorse television champions, right?
Hell yeah. So Tommy Dreamer, top tier workhorse guy.
Maybe he could rescue the belt from a big star Triple H.
I would say more importantly, it's about I don't know exactly the word. It's about how somebody carries that title. You know what I mean? Triple H is very... Well, honestly, I'll say it. He's quite dismissive to the title, even. It's his own.
I don't think so. Oh, go on.
I mean, it's his own championship, and he's defended it how many times? He's too busy having dinners with his girlfriend. Like,
it's about what the title means for Triple H, and that is success, right? You mentioned his girlfriend. He's dating the top act in women's wrestling today. He's got the Intercontinental Championship. He's in the shape of his life. Shawn Michaels isn't here. Life is going good for Triple H. Can he retain his title tonight, though?
That's not what the IC title is about. It's about the struggle, and nobody epitomizes the struggle more than Tommy Dreamer. He struggles every day of his life.
Can he struggle to victory here tonight?
Will he just struggle? Who knows?
Who knows?
Let's go. Hell yeah.
Game.
We were hoping this would... at least I was hoping this would bang pretty well. What's up with Ric Flair and Jerry Lawler have pretty good chemistry when calling matches together? Dude, it's the...
Here we go.
It literally is the Horn Dog Squad. Oh my god. They're going crazy on comms. Yeah, this is really fucking good. I'll be honest.
So yeah, this is like a nice back and forth match where Triple H just beats the shit. Sorry, I said nice and back and forth. A long drawn out match where Triple H beats the shit out of Tommy Dreamer for the most part, and Dreamer occasionally gets fire, babyface flashes until a ref bump occurs, and then the weapons come out, and it becomes an absolute smoke and mirrors masterpiece with a couple of built-to spots, maybe a table spot. Tommy Dreamer maybe gets a barbed wire 2x4 to attack Triple H with at some point. Triple H gets a sledgehammer, but maybe Dreamer uses it first, and Triple H is like, "No, my sledgehammer! How could you?" But then eventually Trish Stratus manages to grab the sledgehammer off of Dreamer and slip it to Triple H, and he slams Dreamer in the head with it. He pedigrees him, and he retains the Intercontinental Championship.
Hell yeah. That's a really dope match. We should use Tommy Dreamer more. Yeah. I'm joking.
I don't hate Tommy Dreamer,
Really?
He's perfect for this kind of thing.
I was going to say, he is this specific idea, this match, and where this is, and what Triple H is doing right now. This was, very perfect, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dreamer is a great guy for this spot. Very much the everyman.
I like the image also of after the match, Triple H, being helped to the back by Trish, the IC title around his shoulder, and just blood all over his face and in his hair. But he's got this grin on his face, hell yeah, this is the good life.
Hell yeah, man. What do we got next? Oh yeah, we've got highlights of the new breed.
Here we go.
I already brought it up, but this trio specifically, is undefeated. They've been around for a year now.
WWE title match. The other two are World Tag Team Champions right now. It is dare I say, one of the most successful factions in the history of the WWE, which is pretty impressive for a team that was supposed to be led by RSD, and he completely rejected them. And then they were originally brought in, branded as Paul Heyman's New Breed, and Paul Heyman's nowhere to be seen. I feel like the New Breed were set up to fail. And they took that as a chip on their shoulder, and they never looked back, because everything that they've gotten on this brand, they have not just earned, but they've taken from somebody else, and they've clawed it out of their hands by force. And the New Breed are here to stay. And tonight, they're going to show that by beating down the world's greatest tag team and whoever the hell they've managed to rustle up as their third.
Charlie Haas comes out on the stage and announces him and Shelton Benjamin's partner. I was supposed to say guest partner, but he's not a guest. So
yeah, Charlie's going to talk about how already in DMLS, the New Breed like to think that they are the model for the next generation, but they lack respect, they lack hustle, and they lack loyalty. Here, DMLS, I didn't realize that's what I was teasing. DMLS, we teach the right way. Look back at the history. Lance Storm, Dean Malenko, Arn Anderson. The legacy of DMLS is coursing through my veins, and I owe it to the world to give back the gifts that I have been given. And look at the names that I have managed to bring into the fold. DiBiase, Rhodes, wrestling legacies, wrestling heritage. So I knew when I needed a tag team partner tonight that I needed to go back to the well once more. I needed to look deep and find somebody from a wrestling legacy, from a heritage, but not just any wrestling heritage, the wrestling heritage. So ladies and gentlemen, New Breed, you're not just going to be facing the world's greatest tag team. You're also going to be facing one of the world's greatest young up-and-coming superstars. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce you to Manu.
And this big Samoan man comes out. And he's big.
Yeah.
He's big.
Yeah.
Here we go.
No holds barred. Okay.
All right. That's what I expected.
I expected more, but it's fine. It's not about the rating. It's about the war. And these guys brawl in a no-holds-barred setting all across the arena for over 20 minutes before even a single elimination happens. Because these three men on the right know that they've got a streak to uphold. They have a legacy to protect. And these three men on the left, they've been fighting. Well, Charlie specifically, but really the whole spirit of Raw is behind this all-star tag team tonight, as the New Breed have been not main antagonists here on Raw, but certainly they haven't made any friends here on this brand. And I think everybody's sort of behind Haas, Benjamin, and Manu tonight as they try and take it to the New Breed. And better, more than any other team before them, they really do take it to the New Breed. And you can see by the length of the match and the lengths that these guys have to go to, that they really have to go to war with those guys. They have to brawl. They have to jump off of whatever they can find. They have to throw them throughout the arena. It turns into absolute carnage and chaos as Haas, Benjamin, and Manu try to wrench that streak away from them. And the real turning point comes when they're back in the ring and Manu and Corvon square off. And eventually Benjamin manages to, alongside the help of Manu, hit Corvon with that big T-bone suplex and eliminate him from the match. And even though there are still twists and turns to come, that moment where Benjamin pins Corvon is the moment where everybody in this match realizes the streak's on the line. And this could very well go the other way. And eventually, finally, Manu manages to pin Kenny Dexter, the last member of the New Breed. And the streak is over here at the world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden.
I love so much that elimination matches in this game. You can set a loser, and they're just like, I don't really care, actually. I'll do what I feel like. Fuck you.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. It's very funny. They give you the option, and then just ignore it. They're like, no, actually, I'll make it how I want. Shout out. But yeah, the New Breed streak is over. Holy shit. Big win for Manu, also. He gets that final pin off.
On his debut.
Does DMLS have a new member?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
We'll have to watch and see. Oh, thank you, Sting. Comes up, it's just like, Kenny's a dumb fuck. He almost killed Shelton. I like how that one said visibly angry. I had one in Birmingham the other day where it said visibly upset, and now I am thinking he was just crying. That's crazy. Kinoaji was just like, he tried to kill me, man. I swear.
Kinoaji is a very emotional young man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
WrestleMania ad. Buy some tickets. We'll see you in Orlando.
His name's Corey.
Yeah.
What kind of self-respecting Japanese man's called Corey?
I was like, oh my god, his name is Corey. That's insane.
His name is Corey in the house, literally.
Corey Usai. Yeah. WrestleMania ad. And now it's time for our main event.
We go.
Dave run the...
You want to set this one up?
Yeah, sure. Dave ran the gauntlet. You know, we watched him. You all watched him on SNME The Ultimate. Or just, sorry, SNME Ultimate. That's... It's not The Ultimate, I promise. Don't sue us. SNME Ultimate. We watched him run the tournament. He did so in remarkable time, remarkable fashion. Something about Dave that I think we've known this whole time is that he is much better when he is able to get something done quickly. You know what I mean? He's much better at just overpowering somebody with his power. Overpowering somebody with his power? Yeah, sure, that's a sentence.
Yeah.
But using his power to take control very quickly. And for Dave Batista, it always has felt like the longer something goes, and we saw this a little bit in his matches with Chavo, the longer some of these fights go, the more Dave kind of gets out of his element. Being a heavier guy like Dave is, and I mean that in the best way, like he's a big muscly guy.
Yep.
It takes a lot out of you to work a high level fight for that long. And I think the really interesting thing is that Ken Shamrock is kind of the same way. Ken's a little older now. There's a chance that, I mean, it's definitely when he was younger, he could definitely take you into those later stretches, those deeper waters and stuff like that, and put you away. But who knows? I mean, Ken could probably still do it. But the way we've seen him get things done,
we haven't seen it. Yeah,
I was gonna say the way we've seen him get things done up to and including this championship reign has been by pretty much finding the opening, right? Like he
Yep.
threads the needle, finds the opening, whatever the thing that Ken Shamrock needs to do, he gets done. He finds a way to do it. Yeah,
it's very exciting sell, folks, because I mean, as Tucker's just said, neither of these men like to go the distance. So we should be in for some fireworks here tonight.
Here we go. World heavyweight title on the line. It's the Animal against the world. No, it's the world's most dangerous man.
Dangerous man on the planet.
Oh, it's the most dangerous man on the planet. Thank you. Who is the world's most dangerous man? That's Mike Tyson. Yeah. imagine like being in like the same sort of industry as Tyson, being like, I'm gonna kind of rip your name. Sorry, pal. Crazy.
I think somebody else gave Shamrock that name, by the way. I think it came from like a news outlet or something.
Oh, you did. I think you're right. Where did I see that? Where did I see that?
I'm not sure.
Because I've seen this as well, wherever that is. I think you're right. Either way. World title.
At Madison Square Garden, main event, lights on bright, WWE.com direct, Batista, Shamrock. Let's go. And these two do, in fact, throw bombs. They pull no punches as these two men kind of, it takes a couple minutes for them to like get their distance, right? Because Batista's in a rough spot here because technically, from a striking perspective, he's weaker than Shamrock. Shamrock's strikes are just, he has better technique on them, right? Whether it's kicks, whether it's punches, Shamrock's just got, you know, a stronger understanding of what makes a strike effective. Batista, on the other hand, has a hell of a lot more power behind that. We saw the weigh-ins on Friday. Batista's got around 25 pounds on Shamrock, at least. And that was, you know, during cut times, right? So there's so much more power behind those strikes, but there's no technique behind them. And then when it comes to the ground game, it's the exact same story. Batista's not a wrestler, right? He's by and large a striker. Shamrock's so much stronger on the ground than Batista. That might be where he gets the advantage. Here's the problem. Batista's fucking huge. And if you try and get into a ground game with Batista, you're going to be carrying a lot of that weight a lot of the time. Or he's going to be able to use that weight to get out of your holds. So Shamrock's in this difficult spot where he's so much stronger technically, but Batista's got such a physical advantage that these two are you know, they're actually quite evenly matched, but Shamrock, because he's at the physical disadvantage, knows that doesn't necessarily favor him. So he's going for some pretty high risk moves. We're talking he's shooting the legs, he's going for takedowns, he's trying to get holds, he's trying to lock something in that's going to scare Batista enough that he's going to want to tap, just like we should have seen at SummerSlam, right? At SummerSlam, Ken locked in a leg lock, a heel hook that Taker should have tapped to if he was a mere mortal man. But because he's the dead man, he just had his leg broken. And Ken knows, you know what, Batista can tap or he can have his leg broken. It doesn't really matter. I win the match either way. So that's his plan. That's what he's hoping to go for. Him. At some point, though, Batista, because Batista's got that strength advantage, Batista manages to get on top of Shamrock and start throwing some strikes of his own. And one of those strikes just rings Shamrock's bell. Just a forearm straight to the forehead that cuts him straight open. And you can see he's completely out of it. But in that split second when he goes under, instinct immediately kicks in and he gets a Kimura lock on Batista because he's in the perfect position for it. And Flair on comms and Lawler on comms are going to put over that Shamrock might not even be fully aware of what he's doing right now, but he's got Batista deep, cinched into this Kimura lock. And this could be it. Batista's arm could snap right here, right now, and Shamrock could retain. More than that, Batista's talked about wanting to be world champion. If he breaks his arm right here, he's not going to be world champion by the end of the year. No chance. So Batista has a really quick decision to make. And eventually he digs deep within his heart, digs deep within that fire in his soul, and he powers Shamrock up and slams him against the turnbuckle. Shamrock, by the way, still probably out of it from that strike. That creates enough distance. Batista hits the ropes. Massive spear as MSG erupts and Batista starts shaking the ropes, kind of snapping himself back into it, making sure that arm is still there. It is. Has he got enough power to lift him up for the Batista bomb? He does. 1, 2, 3. And for the 4th time in his illustrious career, Batista is the world heavyweight champion. The Animal is back on top of the food chain.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Boo, fuck Manu.
Yeah, they're like, this is all because of Manu. They're like, fuck this guy, actually.
Sorry.
Who do you want to talk to here?
Dreamer and Triple H, I think.
Yep, they did real well. Good job, boys. Tommy Dreamer twice. Yep, that's what I meant. I just want to talk to Tommy.
I think maybe Shamrock.
Sure.
Tell him he's awesome, because this is the end of his run. Really.
Yeah, thank you for coming and hanging out, man. It's good stuff.
You were better than the Great Khali.
Damn, Shamrock didn't even respond. He just he walked away.
It was Triple H that didn't respond because he's mad at us.
Oh, I see. Triple H said we hugged Triple H. Triple H is like, fuck off.
No, he refuses the hug.
Damn, what a bastard. Yeah, we did it. I gotta do some deals apparently on the back end. Anything else we want to talk about here, Puddy, before we get out of here on the video?
Make sure you check out Tucker's cool tier list video he did.
Yep.
And then also make sure you tune back in for our next.
You know, you're also. I might even go as far to say you're half of that.
I was gonna leave that to be a surprise for the audience.
Fair. It does have your name in the fucking title, though.
There's two ways that could have gone. Either they were pleasantly surprised that I was there, in which case, wow, that's cool. I've had a pleasant surprise. Or they're like, oh fuck, this Puddy guy's here as well. But at that point, Tucker, they've already clicked on the video, so we win either way. Make sure you tune back in for SNME 13 Homecoming, which is in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Wonder what's gonna go on there. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. We got some links below, the VOD's channel and Puddy's channel, the Patreon if you want to support us or something like that. Yeah.
I promise. I've been talking about this for a while, but now is the perfect time to do it because the SNMEs have really diluted our old format. We will do a Patreon revamp soon, TM. At least, I'm going to say, by May, I will work on a Patreon revamp.
Cool. And with that, we're out of here. Peace, folks.